Hey there, it's Trixie. Welcome back to the channel.
In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 Father's Day Zoom or non-Zoom games. This means that you can play all these 7 games either virtually or while you're all physically together. Let's get right to the list. Okay, our first game is called Describe Dad. Everyone will need a pen and paper for this game. The host will have to prepare a timer and set it to 30 seconds. Once everyone is ready, the host will instruct everyone to list down as many adjectives as they can to describe their own dad or fathers in general. Lists can include something like, Dad is handsome, funny, tall, loving, smart, adventurous, loves working out, and so on. They will have to write everything down within the time limit. Once the time is up, everyone will have to put their pens down. The host will then figure out who has the most in their list. The host can do this by asking who has more than 10 in the list, then more than 15, more than 20, and so on, until he or she determines who the winner is. The winner will then read everything in his or her list. If Dad is also in the call, it would be great if the top 3 winners, or better yet everyone, can read all the good things that they wrote about their dad. That'll surely make Dad feel extra special. Let's go to the next game, which is called Father's Favorites. This family game is pretty simple. Each participant will need 2 pieces of paper. One has a yes written on it and one has no. The host will secretly prepare a list of food, places, hobbies, and just random things that Dad may either like or dislike. The list can include something like seafood, biking, rock climbing, pizza, cars, cooking, coffee, and so on. The host will go through the list one by one, and participants will simply raise a yes or a no depending on what they think the dad in the call likes and dislikes. Assign a person to keep up with the scores. The person who gets the most correct answers wins. Alright, game number 3 is Papa's Playlist. This game tests how well everyone knows the songs that Dad loves listening to. All the host or game master needs to do is to list down 5 to 15 of Dad's favorite songs. These songs will be played one by one, either through the host's computer or by using another gadget. Anyone who knows the song being played will type the title in the chat box. First one to type the correct answer gets a point, and the one who gets the most points wins. Let's go to the 4th game, which is called Best Dad Ever Word Puzzle. In this game, the host will need a timer and all participants will need a pen and paper. Once everyone is ready, the host will show the words Best Dad Ever on the screen. You can do this by sharing your screen, typing it in the chat, or simply having everyone write the words on their paper. Give everyone about 20 seconds to write as many words as possible using the letters found in Best Dad Ever. For example, I can list words like date, bee, deed, rest, art, east, and so on. The person who lists down the most words wins the game. Next game is Dad's Memory Game. For this game, you will need any box that you can fill items with. The box size can depend on how big your items will be. Gather items in the house that Dad uses and put them in your box. Items can include a hammer, a tie, Dad's shoe, screwdriver, grilling tools, and so on. Prepare this before you start the video call. To start the game, have your participants prepare a pen and paper, but instruct them not to write anything until you tell them to. Set the timer for 30 seconds to a minute and show them the items. Once the time is up, hide the items and instruct everyone to list down everything they saw in the box as fast as they can. The person who lists down the most number of items wins. On to game number 6, which is ABC category game, the Dad Edition. ABC category game is one of our favorite games here in the channel, so I've thought of doing one with a category dedicated to Dad. In this game, participants will take turns in thinking of any dad-related word that begins with each letter of the alphabet, beginning with the letter A all the way to letter Z. Words can be something to describe Dad, it can be something that Dad loves to eat, a word that he says a lot, and so on. The host will assign the order of the group so everyone knows who goes before them and after them. Each person will be given 5 to 10 seconds to mention a dad-related word that starts with their assigned letter. For example, the first person can say A for amazing. Second person can say B for bills because he's in charge of bills even if he doesn't like to be. Third person can say C for coffee, and so on. The person who can't think of a word within the time limit will be out. The game continues until only one person is left, and that person will be the winner. Okay, our last game is called Did Dad Lie? In this game, the host will be Dad or one of the dads in the call, and he will need anything large enough to cover another item like a throw pillow, a board, a tray. I'm using a charger plate as an example. He will also need a bunch of random small items to hide behind the board or that large item that he has. The game is very simple. Dad will hide an item behind the board, then he will say out loud the item that he might be hiding back there. The participants will then try to figure out if he is lying or not. If they guess correctly, they get a point. I suggest assigning someone to keep track of the score for this one. The person with the most points wins. So there you go, those are my 7 Father's Day Zoom or non-Zoom games that you can enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Together, let's make happiness happen every day and live the lives we love. I'll see you on the next one.